Hello everybody, welcome to part 2. Still got Manos with me?
Hi, I'm still here.
That he is. Anyway, we're still ranting and raving about writers and artists and whatnot on what characters.
I like to think of it more of as a discussion, really. Sort of, your NPR-ish kind of discussion, rather than a Fox News rant and rate. We were talking about maybe talking about artists.
Yeah. Like I said, and I think I was telling you about this. Actually, no, I remember now. My memory's so bad. Yeah, out of all the artists I would really love to see Ghost Rider do artwork on Ghost Rider is Ghost Rider. I'd like to see Greg Capullo do artwork on Ghost Rider.
That would be beautiful. I mean, just from the stuff I've seen him do on, like, Spawn over the years. That character, I mean, fire is sort of his Spider-Man's web. It's really that, or, his Batman's cape.
Yeah.
It's something that individual artist can play around with.
Yeah, you know how I've always, pictured it as kind of like the flames going all the way back down, down his back?
Oh, yeah?
Kind of have the hair metal kind of thing going on?
Did you ever read the guest appearance when Todd McFarlane was writing and drawing Spider-Man? He had Ghost Rider show up for a two-parter?
I think I remember that issue.
Oh, man, I loved his Ghost Rider. It was just the fire was just all over the place. And I could see Capullo doing something a little bit like that, actually.
All right. I think the other one, another artist I had in mind was maybe, who was it? I can't believe I'm forgetting him now.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. My mind's blanking. But the artist currently that's going to be on, it was on one of the relaunch books, not the one with Green Lantern. Is it still Ivan Reyes?
Ivan Reyes? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's a guy I would love to see, maybe do artwork on maybe like a Marvel Cosmic book, like Nova or something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is kind of his forte.
Yeah. What about you?
I was thinking about, the Marvel artist, to me, is John Romita Jr. And with the exception of one of the Punisher Batman crossovers, I've never seen him do a DC character. Which, by the way, I loved his artwork in that one. I think, when he was playing around in that universe, it just looked really cool. And it looked like he really soaked up the whole thing. Like, he'd been waiting for decades to draw these characters, and he had a lot of fun with them. But I was thinking maybe I wouldn't mind seeing him, I don't know, I wouldn't mind seeing him do Green Arrow, actually.
All right.
Now, I mentioned Green Arrow with Brian Michael Bendis, but I wouldn't put those two guys together.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe Mark Waid and John Romita Jr. doing a Green Arrow.
I'd love to see that team right there.
Or hold on. I don't know. Is Roger Stern still alive? I haven't seen his work in a long time.
I remember he did a small thing in Spider-Man.
Okay.
He still does stuff here and there, but it's not like a big official run. The only new thing I've seen from him, at least as far as I go, is that Spider-Man story with the Juggernaut.
Oh, yeah. Well, if he's still working, I'd love to see him do maybe Green Arrow with John Romita Jr. That'd be great. Romita Jr., I just love. I mean, his Spider-Man stuff in the early '80s, when he still looked like his dad's work, and then when he kind of found his own niche and he really developed it on Daredevil. That tells me I'd love to see him approach one of DC's kind of street characters.
Yeah.
Batman's the obvious choice, but I think Green Arrow would be a really good one for that.
Yeah. This is going to sound really weird, but I'd really like to see, as far as artists go, Mark Bagley on Green Lantern.
Oh, yeah. Man, I was so frustrated when Bagley went to DC for a little while, and it felt like they put him on any book I didn't want to read. Like they put him. First off, I was really excited about the Trinity series. It's like, oh wow, he's drawing Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman series, and then it turned into what it was, which was not very good.
This is why I'm trying not to remember it.
And well, part of the reason was I think it maybe got sabotaged by the death of Batman, which maybe they already had that in plans, and then they go, hey, Grant Morrison's killing Batman. It's like, oh, okay, let's do some weird cosmic legend thing, or whatever we were doing.
Yeah.
Which is too bad, because I really wanted to see him do those characters. And then he worked on Justice League, which is probably one of my least favorite lineups on that team. So yeah, I mean, he'd be cool for that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You know what he'd be cool. Oh. How about him on a Teen Titans book?
All right, I'd do that. As far as writers to complement that, I'd say Christos Gage.
Yeah.
I feel like he's got a good feel on young characters like Craig Kyle, but I think I was about to say Craig Kyle, but I remembered. Oh yeah, he did do some Titan stuff. So
yeah.
So I said Christos Gage because I've actually read some back issues of Avengers Academy. I really love it. He really gets the understanding of the younger characters. So that's why I would say put him on that book, and Bagley would just complement the Titans as well. The problem is that I don't really want them on this version of the Titans in that relaunch because they look way too much like Image characters.
Yeah. Well, that's let's see who's doing that. It's
Scott Liddell.
What's that? No. I mean the artist.
Oh,
it's Brett Booth.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
Who was an image artist actually. Because I don't know, it's funny when people say it's like, oh, it looks like an Image artist. Like, well, yeah, it's an Image guy, so that's what he does. I gotta say, I'm not looking forward to that either.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why Wonder Girl is a thief all of a sudden. I think that's a strange twist that really doesn't really make sense. But anyway, you know what would be cool if maybe if Bagley Bagley had drawn the Stephanie Brown Batgirl series.
All right.
What he had done for that? I mean, because I didn't read the series, but from what I understand, there was a lot of comparing to maybe early Spider-Man. So maybe like DC's Ultimate Spider-Man kind of. That could have been like. I think he would have done a good job with that.
Yeah.
Or heck, he would have done a good job with Cassandra Cain, Batgirl. Any young teenage character, really. Robin, I'd love to see him on.
Yeah. Were he still alive, I would have loved to seen Michael Turner do artwork for a Batman run.
Yeah.
I felt his artwork was just fantastic. I loved it. It sucks that he's dead. That's the biggest thing. I felt like he had that really cool anime feel to his artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have complemented the a Batman story really well. And I think what was the stuff he did at DC? I mean, he did cover artwork. I knew that, and he did the Supergirl story in Batman and Superman with Jeff Loeb.
Yeah,
and
he did some work for some Superman story.
Yeah, Godfall.
Godfall. Yeah, thank you. Did he do the interiors on that, or just the covers?
I think it was interiors as well, and I know he did some cover art for Marvel, but never really some interior art, as far as I know.
Yeah. Yeah, he mainly did his own thing. He did some work here and there for Marvel and DC. He seemed like he worked a lot for DC, actually, come to think of it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. I always would have pegged him as more of a Marvel guy if he was to do one of the big two.
Yeah. I don't know, but this next artist is just for some reason or another, I would love to see the artist / creator of Ghost in the Shell do artwork for a Swamp Thing series.
Wow.
That is the weirdest combination, but I looked at his artwork and I'm like, the shading and the facial expressions and everything, like the muscle tone to the characters, I'm like, this could work. For some reason, this seems like this would be cool as Swamp Thing material.
Let's see. That's an interesting choice. I'm gonna go with a writer now.
All right.
And how about Paul Dini working on Spider-Man?
Ah, that'd be great. I mean, I can't wait for him to for the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series that he's working on.
Yeah.
He'd be cool. I would have also said Paul Dini on Spider Girl when it was still going,
Hmm.
and maybe he'd actually be really cool on Daredevil.
Yeah, he would be cool on Daredevil. I even have a potential team. How about Paul Dini and Mike Allred working on Spider-Man?
I remember the name, but what books he's been on? Mike Allred.
Mike Allred has done Madman for his own independent book, and for DC, he does iZombie.
Ah, okay, now I remember. Okay. Another one, and this one's gonna sound really weird, but I'd like to see Steve Niles on Steve Niles and Scott Collins on a book about not who was it? It was one of the Marvel supernatural characters, Gargoyle.
Oh yeah. Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Wow. That dude is D-list.
Yeah. Yeah, the last time I saw him was in a Heroes for Hire book, but I think they did the Creeper, so why not?
Yeah. Oh, he'd be good. I know we're kind of going stream of thought here, but you'd say Greg Rucka's a pretty DC guy, right?
Right.
For the most part.
Well, he's now doing Punisher, so.
Yeah. Now he's kind of shifted over to Marvel, so maybe this is kind of pointless. But it'd be cool if he would write Heroes for Hire, with the Misty Knight version.
Yeah. That'd be cool. I think that would really work. He'd also be pretty. Rucka would be pretty cool on. As far as another ground level character would be Hawkeye.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think of that? Like Rucka on a Hawkeye series.
Rucka would be fantastic on Hawkeye, and he would really soak up the sort of espionage quality to his character, which doesn't always get played around with.
Yeah, I'd even say even Rucka on Black Widow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. Hasn't he written Black Widow?
Not to my knowledge. He could have. Not to my knowledge.
I think he created the short-lived blonde version.
Actually, not. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, which Bendis a few years later killed the hell out of.
Yeah, and for some reason Andy Digley brought. I don't know how you pronounce it. Diggle.
Digley, I think.
Digley. Yeah, he brought him Yelena back and did nothing with the character in his Thunderbolts run.
Oh, she came back after that?
Yeah, she came. Well, it was Natasha in disguise, but it turned out Aunt Norman had the real Yelena frozen. And he did nothing.
Okay, I was going to say she kind of exploded.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason or
I
another.
know this is comic books, but that was a pretty final looking death.
Yeah, she somehow exploded. I know she exploded, and Natasha disguised herself as Yelena, and then it turned out Norman had her body the whole time, and they did nothing with the character after that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Fake death. All right. I'll buy that.
All right.
Because I don't know if you read her supposed last issue, but boy, that was pretty. I remember reading that and thinking, wow, that character wasn't popular. She had a pretty awful death.
Yeah, I remember it was guts everywhere. And that's yeah, I don't see you coming back in 2 years.
Yeah, I know. Which was, to be honest, which was fine with me because, I didn't even know why we needed a second Black Widow. I liked Natasha just fine. I remember that happening and going, why are they trying to replace Natasha Romanoff?
Yeah. For trying to get an ongoing, I suppose. I don't know, but I think we're pretty much running low on time here. I'd like to thank Real Manos for coming on to my show. Really nice. It was really awesome.
Oh, thank you. It was great to be here.
Hope to do this again sometime in the future. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And we're out.